Peace family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about how your friends and family who have sided with the opposition will never address the elephant in the room. They will never address the elephant in the room. And that is one of the few statements and sayings that I enjoy that has been circulating around out here in society for a while now. And it's a good representation, a good hard representation of trying to ignore something that is very visible and very hard to move around. You know what I'm saying? So the elephant in the room is that situation, that altercation, interaction, engagement that you had or have, or that you know about, that is not being addressed, as you and whoever is a part of that is not addressing it, and everyone is kind of dancing and avoiding the big ass elephant that's in the room. And it's tough. Like, for me, I used to think growing up, I had an issue or a problem or something because I didn't like dancing around situations or problems like that, especially if it was like a situation that I had with somebody personally and I'm like back in their space. So like, for small example, for instance, like me and my buddy, I had discussed on one of my old episodes or whatever, we had our falling out, me and him or whatever. But when me and him communicated again, because he had reached out to me, it's usually always the process. They usually always do, which is fine, you know what I'm saying? But it has to be better energy when they do. And when he did, you know, there was no way of communicating forward without addressing our interaction and engagement that we had, you know what I'm saying? Some people can do it, but for me, I don't like shit sitting in my spiritual realm space. You know, I don't like when it's just extra things that like I'm still thinking about. When I feel, and I say thinking just because I interchange the words, but when I'm in that space and then this stuff piling on top of me in my spiritual realm, I have to let some of that luggage go. It's too much because it's hard to move forward when you got a bunch of luggage holding you down. You have to work a whole lot harder. But the elephant in the room with me and him in that situation was easy to address, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't because he also have that understanding. Don't matter what frequency you on, you can still have an understanding of the elephant in the motherfucking room, you know what I'm saying? So with me and him, it was easy to kind of address the elephant and then be able to communicate and engage sporadically how we did, you know what I'm saying? And the relationship was never the same, and it's not the same to this day. But you know, it's he can reach out if he would like to, you know what I'm saying? It's not that kind of energy and animosity. And if I would like to reach out, vice versa, I still could reach out. But what happens when you deal with the other friends and family who don't want to address the elephant in the room, right? That's when I had to understand that don't dive into trying to get them to look and acknowledge and notice the elephant. I just get the fuck out the house so that way I don't even have to pretend as if the elephant don't exist the same way they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just like giving examples. So, for example, there was a time when somebody let's say I hung out with somebody on Wednesday, you know. They did something that we had talked about for the past year that I told them I didn't fuck with, I didn't like, but they keep doing it, blah, 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 blah. So, when they did their thing that they did this time on a Wednesday, I didn't respond or react to them the same way. I didn't address the elephant. I didn't address the situation. I actually fought that internal battle within myself that time, right? To shut the fuck up. I had to tell myself, shut the fuck up. You already know it's a spiritual war. You already know this person has another entity that's constantly at war with you. So there's no point of keep going into that space when that's where they want you to go to. So I bit my tongue on that day, right? And I had discussed, that was when I was talking about my crown chakra and my third eye. Everything was just kind of rocking in that space right there, just from me internalizing that battle within myself. But what I did was I gave it a couple days. And I said that was a Wednesday situation, right? So let's say I get the person back in my space on, Wednesday. Let's say I get them back in my space on the Friday. So Friday they come back into my space. I drove them all the way to the house Wednesday. They didn't address the elephant. They just kind of left it there, and I didn't say anything about it either. Then, of course, no communication that day about it. The next day, Thursday, no communication about it. Friday, there was a chance to communicate about the elephant, right? So what happened was I allowed the person to kind of let me reframe that, because we don't, when it comes to other people's actions, they do what they do. I know we don't have that kind of control, but it's just something with the English wording is always weirding, right? All right, so this person was in my space and they was, just doing their thing or whatever, and we was all kind of meshing back and forth or whatever. So come towards the end of the night, it's like I made it a point to say, was it anything that you wanted to address? I didn't say what it was. I just basically was asking them, I said, was there anything you want to address, or are we going to talk about the elephant that's in the room? And they're just like, oh, what elephant? What elephant? I don't see an elephant. Where's the elephant? And clearly the elephant is taking up the whole damn space. You know what I'm saying? And this was just a tactic that I had tried myself, because I'm always trying to learn new things myself, right? So I had gave them a chance to show that they didn't have a weird witchy entity connected to them. I gave them an opportunity to show that, okay, I do want to ride with the natural flow and the greater good of things over here. I gave them a chance to be an honest, healthy, communicative being. They didn't take that opportunity to address the elephant themselves. They didn't show that they was getting a playbook from over here, which is the natural flow of things, So in order to kind of hold on to that energy, and I already understood and understand still that what they do and the things they say, a lot of they shit, if you don't call it, pull it, acknowledge it, point it out, they'll take that shit to their grave. They'll take it to their grave. So I end up telling them what the elephant was. Like after that discussion, it was probably like 2-3 hours later, maybe, I had ended up telling them what the elephant was. And then of course they knew right away what the elephant was. They knew right away what the elephant was, and they had an excuse prepared right away. So that's how I always understand, like, it's a spiritual war going on out here. And I already, like, for me, I couldn't approach it from any other angle. I wouldn't look at it from, okay, they don't know any better. It's been too many situations to show that they know better. And it's a lot of opportunity in front of them for them to do better and to show better. Like, once you didn't say nothing Wednesday or Thursday after you did it Wednesday, but after you did the shit Wednesday, you didn't address it Wednesday, and you don't say nothing Thursday, now I'm letting you know, hey, it's a whole elephant here, So if you was really riding with, the natural flow, the greater good, the people with good intentions, you would flex your honesty and your free will at that moment. At that moment, when it's like, hey, all right, I done ducked this motherfucker for 2 days already. Now they asking me. Now it's eating at my spirit. Now I have to say something out loud. But these motherfuckers will play dumb, stupid, retarded to their motherfucking grave. Like, and I understand why too, but this is just like another thing that they do to try to get you to kind of react and respond how you normally react and respond. And for me, it's like the people that get close to me, when they get my usual reaction when they doing some witchy shit, it's usually a whole lot of energy, either intentionally given or unintentionally given, but it's always a whole lot of energy. So it's like the best wiggle space you're gonna have around that elephant is allowing the universe to show what side they're riding on. So you don't have to feel guilty, feel bad, feel pity, or any of that shit anytime you engage or communicate with them, because a lot of them like to go into the victim mode, pity party mentality. The ones who do like to avoid the elephants because they don't like confrontation. And even if the elephant isn't confrontation, it's a possibility of being a disagreement or confrontation, and they not going for none of that. You know what I'm saying? Unless they got like some kind of weird upper hand to kind of manipulate it their way, like they not gonna address it. They gonna leave that shit where it's at. And running that trial test run that last time, it was just like, it's just always a reminder. I'm pretty sure a lot of people that's on this that follow the energy, the frequency, and the vibrations, you know what I'm saying? They follow the sun, the moon, and the seasonal changes, you know. People who are constantly tapping in, being self-aware, checking on themselves, you know, and tapping in and making sure they're aware of the environments around them and know that the environments around them affect their energy. The environments that you're in affect your energy as well too, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to run it up too long. You know, the elephants in the room, the universe is always going to show that anytime these motherfuckers have a chance to be honest or use their free will to be an honest being, they're usually going to show that that's not the way they're trying to ride. So unless you just like getting stabbed and cut and shot and everything else, I would start planning and doing things a little bit different for the ones that's around you that like to use these tactics, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to run it up too long. Y'all just tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.